Okay. We should be live now on the Fractured Space page, unless something has gone horribly wrong. Ah, there we go.
Hello, Xerid.
Hello.
Hello. We're having lots of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you
Alright,
go.
I am officially
Hopefully,
streaming to the page. Okay.
there you go. Hopefully, you've got. I put you on video. Have I appeared on your screen?
I see XSplit. To enable virtual camera output, please start XSplit Broadcaster. Oh my.
I did a video call. It says turn off video. You were not giving me video, but that's weird because sometimes Skype shows me what I can see as well of me.
Interesting.
What's that? Oh, that's weird. Why is that showing? Why is that showing XSplit in the? I seem to be broadcasting you an XSplit video window.
Yeah.
Oh no, except for me it's mirrored, which is even weirder. Let me just...
Oh, and there goes the server.
Literally is updating his latest graphics cards, which were released in December.
I do have my latest updates.
You heard that. That's good.
Yes.
That was Dylan whispering loudly.
Yes.
Hold
Unless Nvidia is lying to me, I have everything updated.
Right, so...
Do you want me to repeat that stuff about the Corvette?
Oh my.
So yeah, currently
I am going to...
they both trigger AoEs at the point they land.
Everybody loves having technical difficulties.
Oh, yes. I'm just going to quit the game for a second.
Was me? Was that bad?
Java decided it's going, yeah, well, let's update Java.
Oh, I love Java.
Yeah,
Most
just because.
research-intensive thing I have ever known.
Why is Scott black?
Triggered on the ship.
I use the exact same customer we've been having all day.
Targeting drone by pulling.
XSplit's not even supposed to be running, so I don't know why that's doing that.
Yeah.
It's also nice to see.
If you ever played with a track IR, by the way,
I tried Face Track IR before, and it didn't feel very good to me. I would imagine like a proper and real track IR setup might be nice, but that costs money. Oh!
there you go.
Oh.
I just turned it off and on again. You know, the old IT solution.
Yep. Alright, so... Gotta get it. Captured and region selected.
Cool.
So, yeah.
There you go.
And guess what? Oh, it's not. Yeah,
There.
Yeah, sadly, as we move forward, and
it was cool.
when we first create,
There we go, that works perfectly.
it's
Aha! Now let's see.
One of the things I found out this week is we're actually streaming up against Jingles and Quickie Baby at the same time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I didn't know that. I was like talking to Jingles, and he went, "Yeah, on Thursdays, one of the reasons why I don't join you very much is because I always stream with Quickie Baby on Thursdays."
Goodness.
There you
That's-
go.
Yeah.
Now
that's-
we know.
That's some tough competition.
It is absolutely, and the fact that it's competition which is in the same kind of zone.
Yeah. It's always a big problem with streams and personalities is everybody's doing their own thing.
Will just came up and just pointed out that it's League Championship.
LCS. Oh my goodness.
LCS as well.
Yeah. So, well,
That's all right. Lots of things going on.
oh, maybe I should not be a dunce and start recording this. Aha! Because,
For posterity.
yes. Alright, so far, only had the one crash.
You've been in the game then?
Well, yeah, we had a full game running a little bit ago, and that one crashed. There's just been another one that just started.
You're not streaming yet, though.
Yes, I am.
You are streaming?
I have been.
Ah. No, I'm getting offline. Oh, right, of course you're using our one. There's me looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be why. Silly me. Dun, dun, dun.
I feel all like official, and it's terrifying.
It's alright, you're official us. It's less terrifying. I'll just
gosh.
run.
And there it is.
What, the crash?
Yep.
Another crash?
Yep.
I'm looking around the room hoping that somebody's going to come across and go, we know exactly what it is and we're going to fix it in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Right, now I can see the stream and I can see, there you go. Right, okay, cool.
So,
Right, okay.
yay, patch Gremlins.
Well, you can maybe look around in the hangar for a little while, look at the new ships, see what they look like, see what other changes there have been in the meantime.
Very simple ones. I didn't even notice. I read the patch notes that the crew roster had been switched around so that the Renegades was the first team, and I just completely didn't think about it.
Yeah.
And then the robot pilot came up. I was like, oh right, that was in the patch. But we
That's
have
right.
the lovely Enforcer here with its two-prong bow. A very interesting look, I think.
Yeah.
It really looks
Very-
like it should run up and hug something to death.
Hug? I think it's quite an aggressive look.
Well, hug to death. I mean,
Well, yeah.
and then
No, it's I quite like it. It's pretty good when it's coming towards you as well. I think the kind of the silhouette as it approaches.
yeah, definitely. Oh, and then the fantastic asymmetrical look for the Corvette really works. There's not enough asymmetry in space anything these days, really.
Yeah, and it's got almost a tiny bit of symmetry in a different way as well, because it's got symmetry front to back ish as well, which is a bit confusing initially because you're like, am I going forwards sometimes? But you get used to it.
Yeah,
Get used to it quickly.
but that ends up making it look really distinct, and I'm really interested to see what other Titan defense system ships are going to look like if they follow that same kind of visual cueing with the odd symmetry coupled with the asymmetry as well.
Yeah. Well, I might have seen some already and know the answer to that, but you'll have to wait and see.
Yep.
So cruel.
Yes, man.
I think it looks really. I mean, if you look at it when you're looking at the model in the game, looking around it, it is really gorgeous in all its detail and lighting inside and things like that. And it's really sort of really hard sci-fi look. It's kind of got a big feel from the. I think there's influences by the Nostromo and sort of like the guy who does the District 9 art, which doesn't come to mind at the moment, but things like that. But it was a very different concept artist than the team that did the USR and the Zarek.
Mm-hmm. And that's great. I really like that. I like that the ships are very distinct and not something I'm used to seeing, with like the very closed armored panels like you would get with Star Wars and stuff. It's very open. You can see internal structure on most of the ships, which is just not something you would normally expect.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and I think that works really well because it kind of gives you a feel for a level of realism, which is interesting as well.
Okay. Servers appear to be back up. We're gonna jump into London.
Feel free to give it a go and see what happens.
Roll the dice.
Roll the dice. I'm sitting here nervously bending. That sounds wrong. By bending paper clips. My brain wasn't working. Bending paper clips. Sort of trying to work out, looking around the room, hoping somebody will come across. Go, yay! We know what's going on. I mean, one of the solutions would be a bit of a shame. It would be just to roll back to the previous version until we've got this sorted. But that would be not so exciting. Bit of a shame. Prof J says, James, are you from Fracture Space? Yes, I am. You can actually see behind me the team. Some of them working. If you see the ones a bit further away down the room, they are working / panicking and trying to work out why we're getting servers keep going down. And Will, just behind me, is on TeamSpeak. He's on TeamSpeak at the moment. He's on TeamSpeak chatting away to the community, answering questions, and so on. And so you also, if I buy the pack with 4 keys and give them away so you're on chat, will you also give 4 keys? I'll leave that up to the community managers. I'm not the best person to answer that question. That sounds like a question that Bungle, who's over there, who you can't see at the moment, is best placed to ask. I'll wait for him to come back. Right. Okay, so you didn't get very far with that one before it died. Nope. Frustrating. Because you've been playing it. We've been playing it quite a lot the last few days, and we had some crashes that we thought we fixed, and then we played it quite a lot today, and we had no problems. And then it's like, yeah, unfortunate.
The wonders of modern technology.
They're just discussing what they're going to do.
Down this end of the room.
How do we do that? Is that just
Well, we need to
Steam?
do Mark.
Does the Corvette ever change loadout?
Yeah.
Right, so there's a chat going on back here. So, Xerid, feel free to have a go, see what you can play with, quickly fire off all the guns and try all the abilities before they turn it off. It sounds like... So it sounds like, because this sounds like the short-term solution, at least for the next half an hour, while we try and work out what it could have been, would be to roll back. So I would have a good play around while you can, and then hopefully we can then, whilst that's happening, work out what was wrong, try and fix it, and then get it back up again.
That would be that would be most excellent.
But if you look over here, so I'm going to look over there. Look, there's a meeting going on in that area with lots of people discussing what on earth might have gone wrong. At least it's friendly and not too, not too many accusations being thrown around.
Oh my. Yeah, the boost on that flagship is terrifying. Oh,
it's good.
Oh, no.
It makes you sort of sit there. In the past, you'd sit there, sniper, and go, "Yeah, I'll just take as long as I like." And now, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
He's closing. He's
Yeah,
closing
no,
fast.
No, he just covered like a fourth of the sector in a few moments, and that is oh my.
What's interesting for him is that he can only do it in a very straight line.
Mm-hmm.
So it sort of gives you sort of. I think whereas the Enforcer's got a bit more maneuverability while he's boosting. I think that's right. I haven't tried the Enforcer's boost. It only came in this morning, I think. So it's all very fresh.
Get a chance to try this nice cat mod here on this mining base.
Yeah, the cat mod really makes a difference.
It really does. On a level 0 ship, it feels like it basically doubles your capture rate, which is just insane if you really, really, really want to push the early game.
Yep. The thing is, it's an area cat mod as well. So if you ping it at one of the first mining stations, then actually you yourself, if you know somebody's nearby, can run to the next one, and then somebody else can go in there, or you could both go in that one and capture it really, really, really quickly.
Yeah. So it does work for everybody that's in
that
capture.
area.
Wow.
And the The Corvette's shield drone does the same thing. So the difference, Jim and I were talking about this, is obviously the difference between a sniper's shield. Sniper shield is very personal, it's just for you, whereas the shield drone on the Corvette does actually cause an area effect that means if somebody nuzzles up close to the Corvette, they get the shield effect. And I was surprised how effective that was when I was busy trying to snipe a flagship, thinking, I'm doing nothing to him. I'm fully charged up. I've got gas. But if he was sat in the bubble of the Corvette shield, it really made a difference.
Now, is it a simple, like, no damage shield, or are you adding temporary hit points?
It reduces the damage that somebody can take when they're in that shield bubble. It's not as strong as the sniper's, invulnerability shield, temporary invulnerability, but it's definitely effective. Yeah, it's not as powerful as the sniper's one.
Okay. Let's see. Question from chat. Professor G. Are there going to be more maps?
Are there going to be more maps? So we were discussing this, funnily enough, this afternoon. I keep saying that when we're on streams, but it's amazing how many conversations we have about the same kind of questions everybody has. So Will has been working on some test maps, which would work within the same game mode, but would be different maps. So the plan is to add maps, but what we want to do is make sure that the map that people are playing at the moment and coming in this phase are good and that are solid and everybody's having a good experience, and expand on the game mode in that map, rather than trying to keep changing lots and lots of maps and have sort of, I suppose, a spread of quality. We'd rather have a good, strong increase in quality on the starting map. Obviously, we're in the kind of alpha to beta phase at the moment, so we're concentrating on getting features in and the gameplay solid and things not crashing like they are tonight right now. But there you go. So. Yes, it feels like people are getting only a few minutes of play, so I would suggest whilst that's happening, you guys go in there, have as much fun as you can, as quickly as you can, before it dies, especially seeing as we're probably going to roll back. Is that right, James? Is that the plan?
I'm not sure yet.
You're not sure yet. Does that mean there might be a more pleasant solution?
Please have a look at the server logs and see what's going on.
Okay.
Incredible.
Gonna do it again.
Right. Okay. There's all kinds of chat going on. You might even be able to pick up on some of it.
See, it's interesting. I'm torn between listening and doing what I should be, which is making noise with my face. But finally got into a game with the Corvette here, and immediately the first thing I notice is on the drone half in the back, it actually looks like a proper runway, and I hadn't noticed that before. That's awesome.
Yeah, it has got the guy who did that concept art and some of the other concepts I've seen for some of the other ships. They've got runways and hangar bays. If you spin it round and look in the front, you can actually see the little launch bay there as well, which is cool. I think the main thing that we need to do on that is to make sure that the drone effect it needs to feel a bit more like they're coming out of the bays and so on. Which is the mode. Hello, Bungle.
Hi, bro.
He's going to do something. What's he up to? Oh, when you crashed.
Yep.
Ooh.
Give up. I'm guessing
Give
that's
up?
not for the public. That's the name of a server. Give up. 1 of 10.
You can see the give up one. Oh yes, there you go. That was one of the ones for this afternoon, mate. We were messing around. I'll blame QA for having the give up one up. But that one actually is a... Mark, Crispy, you know the give up server is up. And Xerid could see the give up server? I thought that was a dev server for this afternoon. Is that...
Up to try and solve the problem.
Right, okay. Xerid's just joined it, should he?
I joined a different one.
Oh, you joined a different one, okay.
Yeah. I
So
figured.
Pikachu says, will you give me a cookie? So Pikachu, no. I have no cookies on my desk that you can have. Anyway, how would I get it to you now? Yes.
Pick your push to talk button. Preferably
oh,
control,
right.
control and the button.
All right. Control, and let's see. Why don't we go? No, Z is an old. That makes me think of things in the past. So I'll do. Oh, hold on.
You can do mouse. You can use one of the mouse buttons. Actually, you can do that button. Maybe.
No,
So you can use the front button.
that one.
Yeah. So you can. That's and get rid of the control. And click OK,
Yeah,
and then save.
yeah.
And now, when you want to talk, you push that button. Oh no, that's backwards. It's backwards. I need to fix it. The point is that when you're
I know what you're trying to do, but it's fine. We can manage without push to talk for now.
Try not to cover up too much of the UI.
let's see if it's easily
Do,
fixed.
do, 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 do.
Tell you what, hold on. Actually, it might be as simple as doing. You have to.
So, can you hear me now?
Yes. And then if you said it again after you
That
took
I
off
did,
push to talk.
and you
I
didn't
can't.
answer, so that works.
Yes.
There you go. Well, then now I've got to hold a button down.
Yeah.
All this time when we're chit chatting, but at least somebody comes running up like Bungle did, and it interrupts. Then I don't have to do anything.
Yep.
I didn't see what happened. Did you have another short game?
I don't think it even launched.
Oh right, okay.
All right.
So there you go.
QA internal London. Oh! Look, there's the bright yellow marker saying, "Hey, you were in this game. This is the one you should join again." I like that. It was
Okay.
really frustrating before, so I guess that means I crashed.
Oh,
And attempting to join. And that's probably not a good sign.
no. Tempting to join. Have you got attempting to join for a long time?
Yep. Alright, so we'll do the magic combination of Alt and F4. And bring it back!
There was one of the coders said, oh, "Do you know you can actually disable Alt F4 so it doesn't work?" It's like, no, you can't do that. We need it for now because weird things might happen.
Yeah. Why would you want to disable Alt F4 anyway?
Well, I suppose, if you've got like, I suppose people doing rage quits in games, that would be a good way of making them at least think before they did it. A moment of calm before, and so making them press quit and exit or something.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to do that? Is the game going so badly that you really, really, really want to quit? Perhaps. I don't know.
Well, that does make sense. Oh my. Ooh, and the lighting changes direction depending on what sector you're in. I like this.
Yeah, it's getting better. We've got that's still not as much different sector lighting as we want to have. We're going to have so say in the middle, the plan on art I've been talking about it is that the middle is like a sun. So that you go to and it makes it feel more like these are distinct areas of space, which they are. They're not supposed to be just next to each other. So you go to that and you're right next to the sun, and the gas station is sort of sucking up from the gas station, from the sun, and then, or I should say star, and then the lighting will be appropriate for that. Like you see in Elite and stuff, when they go you come against the suns and stars, you get like really, really lovely orange glows and so on. So that's coming too.
That'll be great to see, that to give each sector some attitude.
Yeah, totally. And you might see in this as well, the lighting's been changed as well. So the asteroids right now, there's a bit more ambient going on, some other directional lights in there, so that you're able to see a bit more of the form and shape of them, which hopefully makes them a bit more useful for people to use as cover and stuff. I've certainly been using them quite a bit. Mind you, I do play sniper a lot and hide and things like that.
Yeah, definitely being able to have that geometry really highlighted for you to let you know that it's there, and also give you like the impression if you go on one side, you're kind of in the shadows of an asteroid. Helps you feel more sneaky.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that one of the things that, in fact, we were chatting about it on your stream the other day is like, and Will behind me, we were chatting about it, is like when we may put like little sub-objective things to do around the sides, and you know, we think that'll be cool. A bit further down the line, but not necessarily massively far away. But I think that'll be cool as well. So you seem to be. I shouldn't be saying this. I was going to say you seem to be having a longer session, but.
I'm not John disconnect.
Oh, there's some shooting. Oh my. Wait, no, that green thing's not for enemies. Okay, the heal beam is not for enemies. It's just
Oh, the heal beam. Ah, you got the heal beam's cool actually. I've been playing with the Corvette quite a bit this week, and having a good time with the heal beam. Really helping out the. Oh, I see what you just did on the stream. You were healing rainbow dyes. Like, thanks.
Yeah. Is that gonna actually heal enemies?
I don't think it did. By the looks of it, it didn't, and I don't think it should. I would ask Jim, but he's yapping away on TeamSpeak.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, it's really. I mean, certainly when you combine the shield drone with the heal beam and stuff, you can set up a really good defensive position. Especially if you're like maybe holding down one of the enemy forward stations or something. That works quite well.
Absolutely. It also helps.
I see you just died.
Yeah. I was just thinking that. I was like, gee, it'd be really awesome if I could like heal beam myself right now, but you know.
That's the disruptor.
Yeah.
Right.
That gives it a very distinct flavor from the disruptor. That it forces you into a targeted heal, and I would assume since it's targeted, the heal would actually end up being stronger.
I think it is. I don't think it is. I mean, it's less flexible than just having a constant heal follow you around, but it's because you can't be shooting, and you know you've got your concentration is put on that heal, but it does seem to be pretty effective, and has a pretty quick cooldown, I think. But it certainly feels like it anyway.
Yeah, especially with the increase to the healing drone cooldown, at least at level 0. Oh my, that's got nice range on it too.
The other thing on there is the ability shutdown, which is really handy, especially when you're against assassins and hunters. Obviously, that takes them right out.
Completely forgot about that. That might have been helpful in my earlier engagement. All right, let's see if I can actually. No, I'm thinking jump to target. I don't have a jump to target. That's the other ship, Xerid.
That's the other ship.
Wow, 1750 health very quickly. At level, I think I'm level 1. Uh-oh. And now they're dead. Oh, I have to run away. This is not an ideal position for me to be in. Yep, nope, I'm dead.
So Optimus says my sound is breaking up badly. I'll see if it's my end. You're hearing me all right, I presume?
Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
Okay.
There will be those sound effects.
Okay, I'm just going to try carry... Optimus, I'm just going to put it back on, always on, although that means there'll be a bit more yapping going on in the background. But, you know, I think people could find that interesting as well, listening to the devs going, What? What happened?
I certainly find it fascinating.
Thanks, Optimus. Okay, well, we'll try that. We'll try that for a while. I keep saying this every time and sort of then going, I'm not sure I should say this, but you seem to be having a longer session, which is good.
Yeah, not anymore.
Damn it.
I have died, and the respawn counter is done, and I haven't been kicked out of the actual server yet. So I'm just kind of sitting here floating around.
What will happen?
The point in space. So should I leave, or is there like interesting information to be had here.
What happens if you press tab? Will you get the scoreboard up?
Yes, I do. The clock is still running too. It's just all of the action is frozen.
What server? What server are you in? You're in
We are
US
in East
US
12.
East 12.
Yeah. So my ping is stopped. The timer's still going. I'm rotating around this single point in space.
Okay.
All of my cooldowns have stopped cooling down.
So that's an interesting one. Right, I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna feel free to start another game,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna go and pop and say about that because that's something that I don't think I've seen today. So
Let's see.
have fun, and I'll be back in a minute.
Yes, I want to. Let me run away. I'm a dirty, dirty coward. No? Okay. Now I have to restart and get back in. Alright, quickly, something I need to point out for all of you NVIDIA users out there. You guys need to have your drivers updated. I say you guys, we need to have our drivers updated because if you don't, you're gonna have a bad time. So, if you've got an NVIDIA card and you haven't updated your drivers in a while, make sure you do it now. Otherwise, this current patch will not work. Alright, back to the hangar.
So is it because it's not loaded the mesh in full?
So, let us go back and play the Enforcer again, because I really like the way the guns sound. I really don't know why it's satisfying, but it is satisfying. Alright, there we go. We can get in.
The stats we get are vegetable type and bad.
Game is starting.
And actually the other and if
Okay.
kind of hoping that that's enough. But we'll look at the stats and see what you guys say. We're trying to bring stuff.
Alright.
I'm back with information.
Welcome back.
So what we seem to be having, which is interesting, is that we're getting server-side crashes with no. Our debug information says there's no crash of the code. The server just restarts like that.
Interesting.
All on its own. So we're talking to the server provider and saying, could you see if there's something weird at your end? Because it seems.
Playing an internal server,
Because
which isn't crashing.
yeah. So and we're playing an identical server set internally. That's what the team are doing, and they've got no crashes whatsoever.
Well, I was just talking about it. Maybe they need to update their NVIDIA drivers on their server. But,
It's better than popping in and out.
Oh, sounds like there's a decision to be made. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
What was that, Mark?
Drum roll, please.
Previous version, then do the update again in case they've done it wrong. Doesn't serve will disappear, but do you want to do that, or do you want to try to stay with a server which stays up at that
No, we do that. Yeah, we do that. We just got to let everybody know. So we need to make sure that through all the channels, everybody knows.
Do you want to do that? Because as soon as I say it, he'll start doing it.
Okay. Just 1 second. I've got a mission to do.
The Enforcer, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be so much fun.
What builds do you know?
I know I'm very much am going to enjoy this ship.
Do you roll back the roll back what 65?
Oh
So,
no!
Well, actually, they won't see that. We'll have to roll back.
basically, you're going to shut down all the servers.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're going to roll the build back.
Obviously,
so
we'll do that instantly.
will we lose the ships?
Yeah.
So we'll go back to the old version,
Yeah.
and then they'll try updating the server.
Finish down, we'll roll it back.
Okay, so let me try and cover this. We're going to shut the servers down. We're going to roll back to the previous build. That does mean you'll lose the ships for a short period. We're then going to try and update the server with a new build and try and bring things back in again. But first of all, we're going to have to roll back, get things stable, and then try again. So bear with us. Does everybody have to quit?
It'll quit for them.
Okay. What's the ETA? ETA on the new build, ETA on the rollback.
I'd say half an hour.
What? Which one? Rollback.
New build.
So we'll roll back now. New build half an hour.
Yeah.
I'm told.
Okay,
Rolling back now.
so I'm sure all of you could hear that, but it sounds like what's going to happen is... Aha! The servers are going to go down, and they're going to be rolled back, and then a patch is... The patch is going to be realigned,
Project.
and hopefully that will
The
stop it from
intention for
being not great.
is
But that's going to take a little while.
It's near you in the centre.
Patch day gremlins.
okay. I'll come back.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hello. So, for half an hour, there will be pretty much nothing going on. So we're going to try and live update the hub, so that the hub tells people, unfortunately, we're going to do a big server restart. Oh, right.
We'll just swap it over on Steam.
Oh, they'll be able to play the old version? Oh, right. I thought there was to be nothing going on for half an hour. Mark, can you go and tell Bungle that I've misinformed him, that basically they will be able to play the old version for half an hour? Oh, well, there you go then. So there will be old version to play,
Excellent.
so we can still have some shooty fun. And actually, then that'll be good because we could try and join in a game together.
Excellent.
Mwahaha, that'd be fun. But we only need to know for the rollback now. My Steam.
Alright. I'll go ahead and preemptively exit here.
Yeah, just assume that at some point you'll see Fractured Space go rollback.
Let me point this to something else, so I can have something in the background
Yep.
instead of just a big black space.
You're wondering what to put in the background.
Yeah.
You could YouTube of Fractured Space trailer.
Oh, that's an option. I was gonna
if you
go.
could,
Oh
that's
my,
possible.
that is huge. Oh my. Using one of the promotional images right now, and yeah, of the flagship, and that was, oh my, that was very large.
That's cool though. I like the way that it's huge.
Well, it certainly lends
That's just
itself
the
to the
nose.
scale of the ship.
Yeah, exactly. You should have gradually dragged it across the screen as if it's sort of flying past. Purgy says, is that the cause of the sudden throwing back to the hangar? Yes, we've basically seemed to have a big problem, it looks like, with the server providers not having updated to the latest version properly. It seems. So what we're going to do is roll back. People will be able to play with the previous version, including us, and have some fun. But the new version, hopefully, we can get it back in half an hour or so, which will mean that we can fly around with those again. But there's another one of those little meetings going on behind me. You can probably see it happening.
Yep.
Of the programmers and QA going,
Yep. Just waiting to see Fractured Space be updated.
Yeah.
Unless
I'm just going to mute and find out myself when that's happening.
so there is now no sound except for me. So now you are all my captive audience. Geez, what product could I promote right now? Actually, no. Let's not promote any products except for Fractured Space, which you should all be playing. And if you haven't, I'm severely disappointed in you. Because I mean, you're coming here, following this Twitch channel. Most likely, you've already started playing the game. But if you haven't, why not? Why not? It's an excellent title. Borrowing from several games, in my opinion. Man, I've never gone this long with silence before. It feels really lonely without music or somebody else to talk to. But yes, all right. So hopefully soon we will have the previous version up and ready to be played. At which point we can play it and then have the patched version ready hopefully soon, and hopefully the servers don't skip a step when installing this time.
Hello again. Yes,
Hello.
that's correct. So we've got about 10 minutes before the old version is back. So
Okay.
do a little party. How about, well, let's see, what else could you do? You could have some of your previous playthroughs. Have you got them on your hard
I
drive?
don't think
No,
so.
no. I was sort of stretching things there a bit, maybe. But we could do an impromptu Q&A if anybody's got some.
That would be excellent. Oh, Steam? No, I don't want you downloading anything right now. Stop it. I could. If you're okay with it, I did a very rough Fractured Space themed project in Space Engineers that I haven't finished. I could work on that.
Go for it.
All right.
Go for it. And I can sit and watch, and I'll quite enjoy that. I've got my cup of tea. I can sit and watch. That sounds awesome.
Okay, we're being highly irregular right now.
Highly irregular is good. This is indie development. This is what happens.
Flying by the seat of your pants. Hee-haw.
Well, yeah, it's cutting edge as well. Cutting edge because we're using Unreal 4 and some other cutting edge middleware, and this is what happens, folks. So there you go. It's not perfect.
Game capture. Space Engineers. There we go.
I'm looking forward to seeing this.
It's very rough, and there is definitely some artist's interpretation going on.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm thinking you could do, because doesn't Gratuitous Space Battles, you can mod that, I think, as well.
I think this is the right.
Oh, too much, but. So it's not. I did a quick spray. It's not perfectly done yet, but you can see there's too much on there. Have you got some tissue?
Not locally. Sorry, Bungle was just demonstrating something fascinating. He's he's managed to get some. What's the technical definition of it?
It's a hydrophobic nanospray.
Hydrophobic nanospray.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that stuff where like anything with water just beads up and rolls off that you can
so
put on
he's-
clothing.
I'm just
Oh
going to move the
my.
camera so you can see what he was demonstrating. So he's
Sprayed a chair.
he sprayed a small square on a chair, and now the water is sat on there and doesn't know where to go.
That is excellent.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's hard to demonstrate, really, but yeah.
It's hard to demonstrate exactly, but there you go. There you go. He got very excited because it just came into the hardware store for the first time in the UK. I went and bought some to play with.
Okay. Okay. Finally
And I
loaded
presume
in.
gonna,
To try and
yeah. I'm going to spray my. I've got a really old rag top. Do you call it in America, or soft top? Rag top. Rag top.
Yeah, just soft top, I guess.
Soft top car, really old, with really old canvas roof, and it's got huge holes in it and everything. So I'm gonna buy myself a can of that and see what happens.
Hopefully it works out for you, but
Yeah,
we
we'll
just
see.
started off on the bridge of my ship. Ooh!
Mm.
I don't remember if there's
this
actually a way to
thing's
get out.
huge.
Well, yeah. Let's see. Drop down. We can get out here. This works.
In Space Engineers, don't you need to collect all the resources to build stuff?
You can. I'm doing creative mode here.
Right.
Obviously. But
I thought you just gone bananas for months or something and connected.
we
collected
do
all this
have a
stuff.
play of that, but it's been a very long time since me and my friends have done that. This is a very rough artist's interpretation of the current model for the disruptor. I really liked the forward section of the hull. It very much lended itself to being a good landing place for
That's cool.
small ships. And currently, when I last left off, I have just these sections are completely empty right now. But what's going to be in here is a whole bunch of places for like ore storage and conveyors to pull everything around, and then we have just like the rest of the ship.
I've
back.
just taken a screen grab of that, and I'm now emailing the team, and so they can see what you did.
I can also once I'm done, I can throw it up on the workshop. But I have cheated a little bit. If there's any like really diehard space engineers people out there watching right now,
How do you cheat?
Thrusters in this game cause damage.
Right.
But you can turn that off. So I have the giant thruster room back here, so that I can just have thrusters at the back for show, and then all of the actual work is done by this giant room here. But
So-
this thing does function currently.
Right. So all those thrusters, they're internally pointing at each other.
Yes.
How does that make something go forwards?
There's still thrusters pointing back. When we get to the
Oh, I
bridge.
see. I see what you mean by they don't hurt each other. So, right.
Yeah.
I get you. So they're providing thrust in all the various directions,
Yes. You have to have.
but they don't have to be outside of the ship.
No. I do have some just for show, but let's get up here.
So you don't replicate all the tiny little thrusters all over the disruptor then?
I do not.
No. It makes it easier for sort of banking them up to link them to a control or something? Is that
That
part
just
of the reason?
it allows you to put it in a much more compact space, because if you look right here, like that whole back section right there is all of the thrusters right now, except for like stuff on the back.
So I've just got to the point where you're in the bridge. That's
Yeah.
cool.
It took me. The bridge is probably the single part that took me the longest, because the things just don't want to connect to each other. But it currently does work. I can fly it
That's cool.
around.
I'd love to get Jim off his TeamSpeak and show him, but he's busy chatting away.
I can hardly turn it though. I don't have enough gyros. I should slap down more. In fact, I will do that right now. So we can actually turn. Ba-da-ba-ba. Come on.
None of us actually had to put away.
Alright. Oh god, that should be enough gyros.
I'm 30 seconds behind you, but I'm watching intently. This is fascinating.
If you have not played Space Engineers, I sincerely recommend you get your hands on a copy. It is a great load of fun. There we go. I can kind of turn the ship now after throwing down all those gyros. If I turn off the inertial dampeners, I can... Nope, it won't. I forgot. I have to turn off the generators.
You have to turn off the generators?
Yes. If I turn off the generators, it shuts off the gyros, which will not stop the ship from spinning, so I can set the ship in motion.
Right.
But gyros
Jim!
won't turn off.
Oh.
Let's turn it back on. But
Hopefully I didn't deafen you by shouting at
Oh,
Jim.
no,
then.
I'm
He
fine.
got up from his seat and I just drag him over.
yeah, still have so much left to do.
So, space engineers, there's like weapons and all kinds of stuff in there to put in.
There are weapons.
Have you got any weapons?
Not I can have some on me right now. Let's see. I can. For large ships, there's only a few weapons right now. Actually, I do have a whole lot of internal turrets for protection, which I have rigged up in a fancy way, but I can't really show it off because they're hypersensitive.
Internal turrets for protection. What if somebody
Yes.
boards you?
Yes, all of these little turrets, which you'll see in about 30 seconds, actually turn on and off. I have sensor blocks, which are these little bits right here that will detect when people come on or are on. They will turn on all of the turrets, and then this timer block will turn them off after a time. But
I'm just explaining to Jim what he's seeing. So if you're able to go outside of the ship
Yeah,
for
let
again,
me get back
then
to the
Jim in about
bridge.
30 seconds will see that. So Xerid's built a disruptor in Space Engineers. So it's kind of like it's IP appropriate. So you know, whilst we're waiting.
Yeah.
So he was just putting in like new weapon systems and stuff. Because I said, has it got any guns? So, and he's just flying outside. It's got a bridge and everything.
Oh, fantastic.
He's going in the bridge. He's going in the bridge. There's the bridge.
Oh, wow.
The thing at the moment, does it flies mostly in straight lines? Would that be
Mostly in
fair?
straight lines, yes. I could
For
probably
now.
plonk down.
That's cool.
Actually, I could do. Okay, it has not fallen apart. Yes, excellent. If I do this,
So I made you stop what you were doing then.
yeah.
What's the current situation with the servers?
So did you have to stitch that together out of loads of tiny little boxes?
Yep. But if you'll see what I'm doing with the gyros right here, makes it a lot easier for certain sections. Okay, it may I may have just crashed
I
it.
see. Yeah, I could see what you can do.
Okay, there we go.
Wow,
It's a lot of
I see what you're doing.
gyros.
So yeah, you can like marquee select a huge area and lay down billions of things.
Yes. That saved me a lot of time.
So that, or yeah, I'm watching you a little while ago, so I presume. Oh my goodness! So they look like little solar panels, which is quite a good effect. But those are the things that allow you to turn corners.
Those are the gyroscopes, yes. And if I get in here now, I can actually turn. Ha! Kind of. It's really hard to see. Hold on, let me see if I can get some point of reference.
You seem to have let all the oxygen out of your cockpit
There
there.
is no oxygen in the game currently. It's
I know. You know, but you've ruined the. I feel like the.
Oh well, this is.
You know,
far
I believed.
from
I was
complete.
believed it. I was in there.
Well, it'll look even better when it's done and painted.
That's going to take a while.
Oh yeah.
Was it?
Another-
I saw somebody written for Minecraft written an importer that you could feed it in. I think old-fashioned sort of 3D formats, and it would just make it out of blocks. So people
there-
were like putting the Enterprise in and things like that at one
There
point.
is a tool like that for space engineers.
There is.
But that only puts up. That does very rough things, and I think it's only in stone, so you can make shaped asteroids.
Right.
You can also see at the stats right there. I have the third thing is simulation speed, and I'm currently running very slow because I have so many gyros. But I've completely lost my train of thought.
Do they have? Do you come across? Are you in like a shared world where you come across other people in giant spaceships occasionally and things like that?
No. This is a private world. There are big servers like that are out there, and you can have those run creative. You can have those run survival, where you actually have to mine everything and
Yeah.
weld it from hand. And you can have mods on those. It is a great amount of fun that I would like to have someday, but like currently the server tech for Space Engineers is lagging behind the content.
Yeah, the kind of the building.
So,
Hold on one second. I'm going to go mute. You carry on telling everybody about your creations.
That's awesome.
All right, so let's do some work. Let's turn that off. Let's do some. Let us. I'm going to be very careful in deleting these because I don't want to accidentally delete parts of my ship. That would make me sad. There we go. Oh man. We are actually running at a respectable speed now. Alright, so what I want for this whole big landing section right here is for there to be a whole lot of places to land and drop off your cargo and pick new cargo up. So we are going to need, what are those things called? I think they're called connectors. Yes, connectors.
I'm back again. So,
Welcome
Prof J said, Professor J said he would give, if we give 4 keys away, we've got 4 keys to give, and we can put in there. So if I drop 4 keys into our Skype chat, can you give them away via Nightbot in some fashion?
I can, but I don't have access to y'all's Nightbot login information.
Do you need our Nightbot login information?
Yes, it is separate for everybody.
Of course.
We could just do a nice, simple way of one of us picks a number, and between 1 and 10, and the 4 closest people win a key to either use for themselves or give out to a friend.
But how do they get the key?
Aha. See,
Ah.
you just private message them over Twitch. Nice and simple.
Can you do that?
If it's a key you have to put into Steam, yes.
Yeah.
If it is a key that is already on Steam and you have to gift it to somebody, then you just got to be friends with somebody to give them gifts. Gifts. I can't English right now.
Oh yeah. There you go. I've just looked at it. Send user a message. Oh, there you go. I never clicked on that button. Yeah. So we could do that.
All right.
We could do that, and then we can say, "Oh, hold on a minute." Da, da, da.
Let's see.
So that also, if does that mean that Nightbot on there is running at our end?
No, it runs separate instances for different people,
Okay.
and everybody has their own setup of stuff.
So does that mean that is your Nightbot currently in the stream?
The Nightbot that is running for you guys is attached to the Fractured Space channel.
Well, that means that we should be able to do it via Nightbot then.
Yes.
Right. In that case, I just need to probably get Bungle. Chris is coming in.
Bungle's actually doing it right now in chat.
Oh, so Bungle's sorting it out apparently, is he?
Yep.
Nope.
Looks that way.
Talk to him, I haven't talked to him.
I'm just going to go and double check. There seems to be some confusion. But at the moment, you have fun. I'll be back.
Alrighty. So I've marked a red line the whole way down. Actually, I'm going to mark this one green just to make sure I didn't go too far. I did go too far. Oh no. Bop, 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 bop. Alright, so we'll say 6 blocks, so Bah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is just going to be the way I'm going to lay it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Apparently, I can only count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoop. There's going to be a lot of space on this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. That.
Right, I'm back again. It
Welcome
seems
back.
that hold on, we might be back online. It seems that Xerid is going to Xerid. It seems that Bungle is going to do the giveaway via Nightbot. And he's setting that up. He's just getting the keys together.
Okay.
So what are you busy doing in Space Engineers right now?
I am currently adding.
Are you painting?
I'm setting up just kind of like where I want things, roughly spaced out. But I'm putting in conveyors, which are the actual place where ships can connect. And will be able to offload their cargo, take on new cargo, do what they need to do. But currently what I have this basically set up for is this is a super ultra mega do everything and then some mining platform. Where we've got all of this space to have ships coming and going.
Ships coming and going?
Yes.
But there are little ships or other players?
There are little ships in the game that can be made. I can actually go pull one up. There's one over here somewhere.
And are they AI run?
They are currently not AI run. I think they're working on AI. They're just not anything particularly advanced yet. But yeah, potentially having this as a player-run ship, I could then, once this is done, I can actually turn this into a blueprint and upload that to the Steam workshop, and other players can download it and use it. So we've got our little utility ship here for welding and grinding. I'm gonna turn it on and undock it. But it's got a connector on the top. So I will be able to take it over here.
They're closing
Version
Steam.
69 can't join the servers, version 65 can't join
No,
the
it
servers.
takes the mouse keeps and it stays on.
It's multiplayer.
That's looking a little bit more maneuverable.
Yes, this is, well, the disruptor that I have is not quite to scale. I think I measured it out as being, well, there's an antenna right up there, so I can kind of give a rough estimate. I want to say it was like 80% scale or something like that. So from here to the antenna, it's about 100 meters, and all the way to the end of the platform is about another
That would explain
170 meters. So about a little more than half size.
I'm not
And this thing is just monstrous
Already
for
huge.
this game.
Yeah.
So, alright. Let me really quickly get down over here. Go into first person. I can flip myself upside down. Let's look up.
I'm pretty sure from what the comments earlier that nobody can get it to change. Is that right? 8. But you remember?
Version 65 on the 8th, so
I think that counts. Alright.
Alright.
definitely the one.
So what we
I'm
did
just watching out the corner of my eye to see when the game's running up again.
Yep. Oh, and there we
So
go.
reverted back to 5. But we could work out what version that is. for the short term, but he has to find one which is actually.
And we have officially docked.
We could probably take Steam back that far. It'd be like traveling back in time. Free version. I'll let you know when.
Ta-da!
And now we gotta disconnect, which is the hard part. Because these things are magnetic. So I have to bang destroy my ships in order to get them to separate.
Really?
Sometimes the attraction force between these docking ports is very, very strong and will destroy your ship if you're not careful.
That was the 23rd. They've gone back to the 22nd. So it's,
But alright, so let's go ahead and drop down some storage. So, oh, here we go. Large storage container.
see if we can get a working
And a...
steam flying out.
We need the conveyors. Not the conveyor tubes. This and this. So we can now start wiring all of those ports up so that they actually do something instead of just exist. So we throw that down.
Looks like you can put some wheels on there as well.
You can actually. Actually, let's goof off for a minute. Let's really goof off for a minute.
You're gonna put some wheels on the disruptor.
I can.
that'd be a lot of wheels.
I can put wheels on the destroyer. Wheel plus suspension.
I've just adjusted the microphone, so hopefully there's less chat going off the background that you can hear. Might clip a bit better.
Oh, okay, I had it backwards, that's why. Wheel could not be placed. Ah.
It knows because it's going, it's a spaceship. What are you doing?
I need to give it more space. So we have the monster truck variant of the disruptor. I don't care if they're ineffective.
Those are some big wheels.
They are. Let me see if I can get up close. Your character's supposed to be about 2 meters tall. These things are about 4 guys high. Those are giant. But, ooh. There's no gravity out here. I need gravity. Gravity. There we are. So actually, let's goof off and turn the deck of this into a rally. And just start with a nice simple base. We need to put a cockpit on it.
Ruining your lovely disruptor model. It was all clean before we started.
Then I can put a small generator. Now let's put some more armor on so that we actually have room for things. Oh no, do not do that. That's too big. Everything's too big. There we go. Think this works? And an artificial mass. Yes, guys, please talk in chat. On steering, propulsion. See, the problem is I can't tell which wheels are which. So I don't know which wheels to turn which way. Hmm.
I'm going to quit out of the test and go on to speed so I can test what you're saying.
I can't believe it break up the emergency call.
Yeah, I know it's quickly.
9 10 I hit. Every time we get a new book like 5 10, I know they disappear really quickly. I wanted to get out the emergency call. I don't know where they are.
Do.
Why can't I give this full power?
It's looking cool.
It doesn't work. I'm crying on the
No.
inside.
Oh, that's not. You're making it less of a challenge.
I went upstairs, I went upstairs, it's like a toilet.
I've got power. It's just not doing anything. Thrusters, gyroscopes. Okay.
Perhaps you created a infinite friction surface
It
on the outside of the disruptor for some reason.
maybe. I do know that the wheels and rotors and pistons that are in Space Engineers have always been kind of spotty. When they were first implemented on multiplayer servers, the physics didn't track them as well as they could. And I don't know if I still have it on my Twitch highlights, but they would glitch out and then think they were over here when they were actually attached to the wheel. So the rotor that the wheel was attached to would constantly try and go to the tire and would end up propelling you out into space at ludicrous velocity. And while that was incredibly amusing, it wasn't very efficient for anything, really.
No. Especially if you wanted to make a nice, smooth-running car.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's the $1,000,000 question.
you need to Chris. Ask even.
So something. This thing is twitching, so something's happening. I just don't know what
It's
it
trying
is.
to go somewhere, isn't it?
It looks like it. Well, let's see. Oh, wait. Let's see if I give it a gyro. Something happens.
Chris, those keys, which pack were they for?
Forerunner.
Forerunner. They're Forerunner pack keys. So there you go.
Okay, so I don't actually...
It's a mystery.
I don't actually have power to the wheels. Otherwise, I'd be able to go somewhere. And I can't.
We'll have to put a small lunar rover on the top of the disruptor as a homage. That doesn't go any. Oh no, he's trying to do something.
Yeah. You see what happened.
I think you should just put a thruster on the back and just fly it off into deep space.
I can.
Especially seeing as it's looking quite sad and upset on its back.
That's not a bad idea. All right, so we have forward
Did
thrust.
Did you ever play with Gary's mod, by the way, in the early days? I used to mess. Well, I remember when that first came out. I spent lots of time messing around with that, mainly trying to build space rockets. With my obsession with spaceships and stuff, and that was fun because it was doing all the physics and things, but we could never obviously stand in it and get all the weight perfectly even. So it's kind of like Kerbal in a way. You just sort of stand on it, hope for the best, and then fly off, and then get high, and then it would all fall apart, and you end up, in a field nearby, type feeling. But it was fun.
Actually, a very similar game that I've acquired recently. I can't remember for the life of me what the name of it is now. There we go. I take off the artificial mass and I can fly.
Everybody else in here is eating food. Yes. So I can wait. Finish what you've got. It's fine. Yeah, yeah. I had a big lunch.
Oh no. No, 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 no. Don't crash one creation into another.
Can that go horribly wrong then?
Would you like to see how horribly wrong it can go? Oh boy, if you are unfamiliar. Yeah, we're just
Don't
drifting
destroy all your hard work though.
out. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my. Yes, if you're unfamiliar with this title, New World. Let's do Easy Start 2, Creative, blah, 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 blah. None of the rest of that. Do not autosave. I do not want cargo ships, and everything else is fine. One of the reasons I really, really want Space Engineers to... The Keen Software, the guys actually working on Space Engineers, and now Medieval Engineers, as it happens, to like really buff up their netcode and all their server stuff, is because they actually have pseudo procedural damage in this game. So let's see, we've got our giant red ship right here, but we're gonna go to the giant blue ship. Oh. Can never remember my way around the inside of these things.
Did you do all the shipbuilding for this one as well?
No, this is a pre-generated one of the starting scenarios.
Ah.
So you can potentially start your game by having all of this enabled. So,
right. So you don't have to start from scratch building your first ship at least.
Not necessarily. Yeah. You can if you want, and that is a lot of fun in survival. I'm gonna tell you, it's really the first couple hours. If you don't know what you're doing, can be very tense, but it is a very rewarding experience. And in a few moments, you will be able to see the carnage of that particular impact.
Getting close.
Oh, and here's a conveyor that's just kind of floating.
Ow. So yeah, I saw the impact, but like yeah, that must have made some pretty big holes in the. Yep. That's a mess.
But I think stuff like this is fantastic.
I think that's cool, yeah. Especially if you just built that as well, you'd be really annoyed.
Oh yes,
as you should be.
But yeah, that's part of the game, though. Is creating something you love and then crying as other people destroy it. You know, that's fun. That's fun, right?
Yeah,
that's fun.
Especially if they're friends. If they're friends, you know.
Yeah, there's also a very large modding community for this game that have put tons of things in. Lots of weapons, lots of different takes on items. Some things that have been included, like spherical gravity generators, were started off as a mod, but now they're officially in the game. A couple other blocks. Ooh, But there is a lot of cool stuff to be had, and it's really it's a lot of fun to goof around with the Newtonian physics as well.
It'd be pretty cool if they had like some of the FTL stuff. So you have little crews standing at the stations doing stuff, and then when if it knew that you'd had a hull breach, and they actually did some sort of some maths on the whether you'd caused the vacuum, and all the people got sucked out when you did that. That'd be cool.
I do believe that there are actually folks working on that mod specifically. and there have also been interviews where Keen have said, we're not going to worry about that, but if it's something you guys want, we'll do it. Oh, goodness.
First thing that came to mind.
I do have
I'm
water.
now eating, so I should probably turn my microphone down because it's probably disgusting.
We all do it. At least once or twice. I mean, I think we've all eaten. Oh, no! You can also fall into the void, which is a lot of fun.
There's a down. There's a down you can fall into.
If there are gravity generators, standard gravity generators just apply force in one direction. So like I'm floating in a area where 2 gravity generators are. If I turn my jetpack off, they will propel me downwards. Eventually my jetpack will turn itself back on and stop me, but if I didn't stop myself, I could potentially go forever. I mean, let me see if I can do that, get to the top of these. Okay, and then... Oh. I hit a ship.
Wheatskin says, "How's it going?" So I'll tell you what, whilst you're playing that, I'll go and see if I can find out some answers.
Alright. Blast doors and a little fighter. Oh! There's a docking port there. Don't run outside of it. But this is a lot of fun. I think it would actually be very interesting if somebody more code savvy than me were to try and take some of the like the weapons from Fractured Space and put them in here, and then have people build proper recreations of the ships so far. Ow! That made a sound. I've never heard it make a sound before. Oh. Let's destroy all of the things. Oh. Well, most of my ship has become destroyed. Well, there's the hull of it floating off into space. I'm still here, though.
I'm back again.
Welcome back. I've just crashed a small ship, and now I am floating out into deep space.
So basically, we've rolled back to the previous version, and I'm just watching the crash.
Mm-hmm.
And the server provider is busy just doing the server-side rollback.
Okay.
And it should be up any second. We're just waiting for them to say it's up.
Okay.
And then we all need to make sure that we restart our games, and should probably the best thing to do is quit and restart Steam, because it makes sure that you've got all the updates.
Mm-hmm.
And then we should be back in business. Well, that's the previous version, and then what we'll do then is they'll try and put the next version up again. That's what I was told is going to happen. We shall see. There's still debate going on behind me.
Well, whatever happens, hopefully it goes off without a hitch.
Yeah. The first time it didn't really go off without a hitch. It's a reasonably large hitch we've had so far. Yes, Marpolo. Fractured space has changed, yes. It does look strange. Although there was a link, there was a tenuous link, although now...
Oh, I should probably go back to doing that.
Yeah, we should probably go back to doing that. At least there was a link. Now it's just confusing. Or, apart from the space theme, I suppose.
Yeah. I really hope I don't make anybody mad by doing this.
By doing what?
Oh, not staying on topic, as it were.
No. But it's our channel, and I don't see why. I don't know.
Come on, game, catch up. Catch up.
Just gonna check something.
Move it. Come, space engineers, come on. Move. Dude, move at the speed of thought, please. Come on. I know I'm streaming on Skype and probably doing something else in the background that I don't know about. But could you move faster?
It seems that you can update the client side, so you might want to do that.
All right.
Start that running.
Let me close out Spengineers because it's probably crashed. No,
Oh.
it's definitely crashed.
Oh,
I broke it. I'm
There
good
you
at
go.
that.
I always
I'm
used to have, and
so
still have
good
to
at
some
that.
extent, we call it the producer's electromagnetic field. It's just, basically, you just walk near anybody's computer and say, "Could you just demonstrate that?" And they'd go, "It worked a minute ago," and it just wouldn't work. Or you'd walk around with somebody you need to demonstrate it to, so they go, "Oh, here's so and so. They're coming to visit us because they need to see this or whatever," and it would just go, "No, no, it's not working. It worked, and this doesn't work anymore," or it just crashes. So,
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that phenomenon from a developer, but I did take computer science in high school, and yeah, it works with computer science teachers too.
yeah.
There's also one I loved was first year. Our final project, we didn't do anything, and one day it worked, and then it didn't, and then it magically worked like the day before it was due. So we don't know what we did, but it worked, and we got A's. I'm happy. Now we're just waiting on my glorious 2 megabits a second to download the update. Put a mod on your server and somebody does not have it, can they still join? Life 03 if you're talking about
Okay. Xerid, it looks like we can go play.
okay. I just gotta wait for the download to finish. Yay, glorious American internet infrastructure, where we get 1/50th the service of what they get in Korea at like 200 times cost.
I was going to say, what sort of upload download speed do you normally get?
I've got download peaks at 2.3 megabit, and upload is like 1.8 supposedly, but those never stay static.
And you can't get anything better in the area, or like how
Not
does
that
it-
not that I'm aware of. There's a phenomenon here of internet companies basically acting as cartels, saying, "Okay, we've got this area, you guys got this area. We're gonna have our prices roughly around this for the bandwidth." So it's like you really only have one choice in any area. Supposedly Google Fiber has a way around that, but you need to get like at least 80 people to sign on with you. and then Google will run fiber out to your neighborhood if you sign a 2-year contract, which is cool but kind of not horribly practical at the same time.
Just Professor G or Prof J says, James, show us Willis's screen with your webcam, please. I could do. I don't know whether it's as exciting as you might think. I don't know. Maybe you want to see.
Oh,
Here we go. He's currently reading community threads and watching League of Legends.
yep.
Oh no, he was. He wasn't now. One of the people on Twitch wanted to see your screen, so I'm just pointing the camera. I think it might be League of Legends, or because you're reading some of the forums.
I was just reading some reviews.
Steam reviews. There you go. I can't go any closer because that's as far as my USB cable goes. Look. Was there? All right. No, I'm going to put the camera there, and then you can see him a bit more. See what he's up to.
So I guess
I'll move over.
I guess Willis has a fan or a
Yes.
stalker.
Okay. Hopefully you got what you wanted out of seeing his screen.
And maybe no crash.
What are you doing?
I just booted up the game and it crashed. That's hilarious.
It finished downloading and everything.
It finished downloading and everything. It properly crashed too. Here, I'll use my webcam and I have a proper little error dialogue and everything.
Did it come up with a logo or anything?
Yeah, I mean that's. You can have a look on the webcam here in a couple seconds. That's what I've got. I will. For the sake of the stream, I'm just gonna. Or would you rather me get the dialogue in to Killer Pigeon or keep the stream rolling?
Oh. Right. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're looking at the screen, then he's pointing his camera at my screen, so you'll be able to get a small teaser. This is like the new home base system. So it's got a bunch of base defenses on it. So it should be unpacked here. We've got turret batteries on it. Target those. It's got a main central base cannon as well, which you have to take out the batteries.
Xerid, you're probably very confused, but there's a sort of like multi
Defenses, which kind of harassing me.
different directional conversations going on.
But yeah, those front turrets will start firing at me once I start closing them.
Are you there?
Middle cannon starts pounding you really hard. And all of this is destructible. For some reason my second climber hasn't jumped in, so I'm not taking him down. Give me a sec.
Xerid, can you hear me? Oh, okay.
Yep.
What's going on is that
Yeah, I have it blown up on the stream so people can can see it better.
so Will's busy talking to the TeamSpeak people and showing them the new space station fight. It's probably quite tricky to see. I'm trying my best.
I'm really keen to learn about that myself. So I
Yeah.
will.
Feel free to watch, and I'll keep.
Oh,
quiet.
I'm quite intently watching.
No, you won't. I want to remove capturing from both the forward stations and the home bases, so they'll have destructible elements on them. So you have to take out their turrets, and they'll also have so my second plane is jumping in right now. I'm not sure what I've done to this, but yeah, basically, I don't know if you can see this very well, but the kind of the core of the station has this big main cannon in it, and then it's got kind of armor plates all around it, and you can destroy each of the armor plates individually. And behind all of these armor plates in the main cannon is like the core of the station. So you have to take out the core to win the game. So you don't. Yeah, exactly. You don't necessarily have to take out the cannon, but the cannon's going to be hitting you really hard if you do leave it up. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going for the home bases. So the idea is that a couple of ships defending, supporting their home base should be able to should be a nice fight for a team to jump in and take on. We're kind of shooting for the home base to be something you're really going to want to commit several players to, just because it's such a threat on its own. It's going to eliminate the ability for people to just backdoor and take out a base on their own and kind of encourage team play with any luck. The forward stations I'm working on at the moment, and the thoughts for those are they'll have similar, like the big defensive shields that are on the current ones. I want to turn those into destructible panels like this, so you'll be able to take out sniper's cover. It'll have turrets on the front of it, and it'll also have kind of like an element that you destroy, some kind of antenna array or something like that, which is kind of like the jump inhibitor part, which is basically stopping you from it's sort of stopping the enemy team from being able to jump to that end of that sector and to jump to your home base. So you take out that part of the station, and it's the same deal as capturing the station is right now.
Okie dokie. Right. I'm going to go. Actually, did you catch much of that, Xerid? That's good. That's cool. So while we're loose on the camera, I don't know whether you can see this. Look, this is my desk area, which I think Jingles covered when he was around. But we've got some new additions that I'm just going to scroll across. Very, very irrelevant, but there you go. You need to collect some stuff. Look, see, that's a nerdy desk area, and it needs a good tidy, actually. Right, I'm going to put the webcam back. Oh, yep. One day, let's hope. Right, okay. Now, it sounds like your client's working. Is it working? Right, let's see if we can play a server together. So it looks like they've been loading up most of the US servers first, so we could join US West 1. Right, I'm going to go in that one. Oh, man. Yeah. Me too. Oh. It's not the night of fun. We've had fun, but less fun with our client. Mark, we're getting him booted out straight away. We did US West 1. Yeah. So change it to the cloth again. Launch. Which one are you going to try and join? But it's only got US servers. Will these work? Okay, I'm going to try US West 1. Join failed. Okay. Me too. Okay, I've gone in 3. Hey, that's going to mean we're on opposing sides. Which means I'm going to have to come find you to show off the Goliath. Because I. Yeah. This version you can. I'm coming. I'm coming to Gamma. Oh yeah. And I can't boost now. I was enjoying the boost. No boosting. And no long range flak and all those kind of cool stuff. So I'm going to turn around and then so they don't, but it's an interesting debate because, you know, I think that would be kind of cool. But you know, there's even law reasons. As we said before, the law is in the head of Jim, and he went, no, there's a reason for that. You'll just have to understand that they didn't have that for that one. The Goliath itself had that. So yeah. You know, ask Jim. You can go on TeamSpeak and ask him. There you go. Somebody can who's in this watching this can go and ask him and say, come on now, why? We've been joined by some people now as well.
Yep. I had been politely. I've politely been reminded that I had myself muted while Willis was talking, and now people can hear me again. Yay!
This is the Goliath version before it could shoot. So if anybody comes across me in this game, just fly above me and you'll be safe because I can't shoot up.
What was the reason that, or what actually caused that?
The turrets were rotated in the wrong direction.
Oh.
So they think they're on they're a different axis. Yeah, I suppose kind of like space engineers. If you're putting down turrets and you just you put some limitations on them and rotated them the wrong way, they would just not fire in a direction.
Ah, okay. That makes.
I mean, it's pretty much the way the designers are doing what they're doing. They are pretty much they get all the component parts from the artists, and then they have an editor where they're building ships out of those component parts. So the main hull used to be in lots of parts, but they've actually changed that now. So it's one big part because the initial thinking would be that they could just build lots of ships out of those parts, but it actually proved to be harder. So the hull comes across, and then the turrets come across separately, and all the thrusters and effects come separately. So they have to build ships out of all those bits and bobs. Right. So now the fight is on. Although now it's me who has the advantage of seeing Ustream.
This is true.
Normally it's the other way around, where I'm sitting there going, everybody can see where I'm sat.
Yep. Getting stream sniped is so much fun. Oh my.
I'm missing that boost. The flagship new boost is missing.
That terrifying new ability. You really wouldn't think that just a simple like little afterburner effect would would be like that big of a psychological impact, but when it's on something as big and close range terrifying as the flagship, oh my.
Yeah, you just sort of sitting there going, he's got ages to. Oh my goodness, here he comes. I have a question. Might be just bug for me though. There's no London servers.
Yeah, I noticed.
Space server.
Yeah, there was no London servers showing.
Yeah, but that's because basically the people at our server provider is the US team that we're talking to, and I think they've just gradually rolling them up, and they're rolling them up in the US first. So I should expect London servers. I mean, what's really good, actually, I must say, that must be good about the our server providers. They do a good job because you've played on London servers and I'm playing on an American server, and actually, I wouldn't know. My ping is maybe a little bit more than normal, but it's not affecting the gameplay that I can see particularly.
Yeah, it's as long as the ping doesn't reach like 300, I haven't noticed really any problems with being able to play. Oh no. Bees! Why do you have to
I
send your
let
bees
I let the
after me?
bees, and I'm staying high because of the bug in this version, which is not in the next version. Somebody shoot where? Who's that shooting me? I think that's Bungle. It's You're going down.
Yes, I am. Aw. Actually, a question from earlier. Maybe it's probably already been asked on on TeamSpeak, but has there been much progress with the damage bug that the famous disruptor damage bug that actually applies to everybody?
That's. I don't know the answer to that question. I can shout across to Jim, and he might be able to help. So just before you, Joe-san, can you log in? The best thing to do is restart Steam, and make sure that you've just downloaded the latest client, because we had some problems earlier, so we rolled back before we roll forwards again. But it should be running. You might just see US only servers, but it should be running. And I just asked Jim that question. Xerid said, is the famous disruptive damage bug fixed? You probably you may or may not have heard that, but basically we haven't seen it in the new version. Let's put it that way. Although it seems to be an occasional thing, so we might just not have had that happen.
Okay.
So we can't guarantee it's fixed, but there is a chance that it is.
Well, I am sure that once it is pushed out to the new servers, anybody that has seen it
We'll find.
we'll be looking for it intently. As, let's be honest, it's hilarious. I mean, with the VLR cannon earlier on my stream today, I one-shot a flagship from 100% health. That was hilarious, but kinda...
Not right. So what was the disruptor's involvement in that, though?
That's just where it was first noticed.
Right.
It was actually it actually applies to all the ships from what I've seen, because I've done it with 2 of the 3 sniper weapons so far. I've heard of it happening with the Hunter, the Disruptor on all guns, of course. So there was no Disruptor in that instance, but I call it the Disruptor damage bug because that's the ship that it was first noticed on, so far as I'm aware.
Wow, you guys are being aggressive on your team.
Yup. I mean, I'm a sniper, so I have to follow.
Okay. Let's maybe use my jump home.
Thank you for telling me exactly where to look for you. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Stop being too far away for me to shoot. That's not fair.
You're too far away for me.
Oh. Yeah. Oh my.
I'm going down. Ah. My crew were very rude.
You know, I would imagine that they might have a few things to say if they were in the process of blowing up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just me though. I might take exception to being vaporized. Also, to being sniped. Whoever that is needs to stop. Please. Please. No? Okay. And now comes the part of the stream where we're quiet because we're focused playing the
Yeah,
game.
absolutely. I was trying to creep up on you. I thought if I say nothing, then hopefully you won't go, oh, you told me again. Wow, I really want that boost.
Yeah, that the having a boost available, having mobility available to all ships is really, really important, but mobility creep is a very terrifying thing.
Yeah, you have to be careful. Absolutely.
I've watched it happen in other games, and it makes me cry. I'm not gonna lie. It upsets me. Okay, gas facility has come online after it was captured. Excellent.
You mean the message popped up that said gas facility is online after it being captured?
Yes. But that happens when there's a lot of messages and you die, because the messages, the gas messages and kill messages won't roll when you die, at least in this version.
Yeah.
Hardly anything inconvenient.
We're losing this quite badly.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, and people are leaving. That never feels good.
No.
I mean, there's a very big difference between winning and like winning by default.
Exactly. That's all right. When we get all the various economy things and things like that, it'll make a big difference. Oh.
That'll be nice to have in. I'm really excited to have progression in, and I'm really excited just to like have everything. So just like as soon as like everything is done, I'll be happy.
Everything is done. You mean everything? Absolutely.
Everything is done.
Everything.
Yes.
Everything we could ever think of.
I mean, that would be nice, but
that's a pretty big ask. Well, we'll go for the features that are currently in Trello.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be good. I'll be happy. I'll be happy then, and then we can think of some more.
Yeah, that actually was just about to ask that. The current list of stuff on Trello is starting to run thin.
No, there are more things that aren't on the Trello.
Yeah, that was going to be on my question. When's the next batch of stuff going to be added?
Yeah, we need to
for-
do an
voting.
update, and the trailer as well needs to, some of those things to do broken down, so it's a bit clearer that this is the first part of a feature, or there's a latter, or add the latter parts of the feature, so that people can see that. For example, crew at this stage will do this, and then crew at this stage will do this, and then crew at this stage will do that type thing. So it's not like just says crew, because there are further plans and ideas for things down the line. Right. What to play next?
That's a good question. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. Haha. Then let's see what servers are open. London 3 still resetting, so I'm gonna go. Oh, hey, London servers are up. So actually, well, US West 4 is up and has somebody in there. Let's go there.
I shall come as well.
Ha!
Enemies again.
Yep. Both in frigates this time, though. What a
We
twist.
did the same. There you go.
Well, the frigate is a ton of fun.
Especially with the scalpel beam.
Oh yes, this patch just actually not even the patch, just the scalpel beam took the frigate from something. It's just like, yeah, why would I want to play that too? Oh yeah, I'm gonna play that forever now. I seriously spent like 3 or 4 days just playing the frigate all the time, and it was fun.
Filling up. Here we go. The I think you'll enjoy the 2 new ships.
Oh,
that case.
yeah, definitely.
You'll find those interesting. I actually really enjoy the Corvette right now, and that's without any sort of loadout changes or anything like that. It's which will come just with its basic loadout. It's got some good different options in the way you play it, I think.
Yeah, it'll be really, really fun to be able to try out new things, because the ships that have been in so far have been pretty standard, and I guess trope-ish would be a proper description, which is fine. But with the Enforcer and the Corvette, they don't really fit into any sort of like neat, oh yeah, I've seen that in sci-fi somewhere before, which is gonna be great, because I want to see what you guys are able to come up with.
Or there's a I was doing an infographic today, testing out an infographic, which shows it doesn't tell you what they are or anything like that. It just talks about the various ships that are in the pipe in their different stages. Sort of testing it out, and that's pretty exciting to look at, because it just sort of gives you an impression of where we're going. And Jim's got a sheet full of things with different ideas, and like we said in the Q&A last night, it's really good to get people to tell us what they think as well. If you come up with something crazy and wonderful, there's no reason why it shouldn't make the list, because we've got we want to be making hello, I see you. We want to be making a lot of ships, but obviously there's no reason to make a ship that's just like dull and exactly the same as something else for no reason. But there is a lot of variety we can be doing.
Yeah, just looking at some of the ideas that folks have posted on the forums so far. Ooh my! It's really neat to see what people have come up with, because I mean everybody's got ideas. I mean, wouldn't X, Y, or Z be cool? But seeing what other folks are able to do, even just like on things that you yourself have come up with similar concepts for, is really, really neat. And actually kind of a late down the road thought, at some point, I think it might be cool to see a little like mini documentary following a ship from inception to completion.
That's a nice idea. I would write that down, but I'm currently being killed by you.
Well, it may or may not be being recorded right now. I mean,
Oh no.
Fat and wet patch. What's the idea?